figured the best strategy would be repetition and more repetition. The more you do it, the more you're gonna understand it.
Okay. What about you, Kendrick?
Even before class, it's good to like review what you're gonna study the day of class, so you're better prepared for what you're gonna talk about in class. You can ask the professor questions more specific to your needs, and just so you can have a better understanding of the material.
Specifically,
I would say kind of go over all the assigned material, like lecture videos, problem sets before class, so you're kind of pre-exposed to it. But anything else?
Just make sure you keep everything structured. You stay on top of the videos that need to be done, and try your best to understand everything. I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, just stay on top of the videos. Whatever is assigned, get it done before the due date, so that in lecture you're not behind and lost.
Definitely don't wait till the last minute because it adds up. Very concise and exact, so you kind of do have everything there. Different from regular.
Well, for me, honestly, I love being able to rewind if you didn't understand something. But then there's always a problem of no matter how many times you rewind it, you're just not going to understand the concept, and you have to ask the teacher, which you can't do on the fly. Like, you have to come to class with the question and have it prepared. And remember to ask it. Sometimes I would forget to ask some of those questions. So.
I was relatively a new student, so
okay.
I wouldn't really study beforehand. I would go to class kind of unprepared, learn material there, and then review it afterwards when I get home. After Chem 11, during Chem 11, I started watching these videos. I studied the material beforehand, and it really improved my grades after that. So it was cool.
Okay. So the structure sort of forced you to be like a better student, would you say, like to change your study habit basically in a science class? What about you?
It sort of forced me to actually do more work outside of class than I've ever actually done before. It's the same thing. I would just take the lecture and take what I could from there.
Right.
And not work as much on actual problems and focus more on lecture.
Right.
But now you're kind of forced to do some actual work with the new lecture videos.
Oh, okay.
It was up to
like
12
30?
12 to 15 usually.
12 to 15. Okay, what about you, Kendrick?
At the moment?
Yeah, like how many? Well, back when you took Chem 11, how many hours did you work a week?
About the same, 15 hours a week.
15 hours a week. Okay, remember?
16, I believe.
16 units and 15 hours of work outside. And then what about you, Kendrick?
15 units.
15 units. Okay, so it's about the same.
You took Chem 11. Did you take any math too?
Yeah, I believe at that time I was taking statistics course, but it wasn't really that challenging,
Okay. What about you, Kendrick?
Yeah, I was actually taking calculus 1 at the time.
Calculus and chem, and then some.
Oh, I'm involved in track and field.
Oh, okay. With the college?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. What about you, Kendrick?
Yeah, I was with Phi Theta Kappa, so it wasn't too much work. It was just every.
But there are some activities you had to go to.
I was working 20 hours a week. I was also part of STEM club, and towards the end of the semester joined robotics club as well. I also was helping my mom at home. I have 5 siblings, so it was a lot of work there.
And then what about you?
For me, I wasn't working or anything. I had pre-calculus physics in this chem class, but there's a lot of work to be done at home and stuff. So basically, just help my aunts out and stuff.
Okay.
It sounds tedious, but the beginning of every week I would kind of plan out my entire schedule, including work, including extracurricular activities, especially allotting a certain amount of time to study every day, so I would have to pile up or cram the material at the very end of the week.
So you had a calendar of some sort that you sort of wrote down all these things that you're gonna do every day. Okay. What about you, Jorge?
Pretty much whenever I had free time, I would open up my tablet, go to the videos, and even when I was on the team, when you had free
every time on the bus going to meets, I had like 2 to 4 hours free.
Oh, that's interesting.
I brought on a book or I brought on the tablet and I started going through it again.
Right. So you don't necessarily schedule it like Kendrick did, in a formal way, but you actually, anytime you had, you try to utilize every, sort of free time or any in between time to study.
Get in a habit of that, or else it's not going to stick.
Right. Oh, that's.
I had like a set schedule in my mind. The lecture was from 12:45 to around 3, so right after I would go to work for a little bit, then I'd just spend the rest of the time at the library, and I had that set as a daily schedule that from around 5 till 9 I'd be in the library doing all my homework that consisted for all my other classes, and I'd usually end up getting some of that done at home as well once I get home. So I just had like a clear schedule in my mind that followed every day for the rest of the semester.
Okay. So
make like to-do lists.
Okay.
Like, when I felt like everything was starting to like add up. And then just kind of completing them in order of priority. But yeah, just kind of knowing that this stuff, you have to do it.
Right.
It really helped with my note taking with those templates.
Oh, right.
So yeah, my ideas were very organized.
Right.
And for me, it forced me to actually have a set time to do homework and to make sure I got it done, as well as reading the book sometimes, because there's always going to be a few things you don't, might not be as clear to you as it is to other people in the video. So reading the books also helped. They're looking for other resources. So it kind of gave me the motive to go out and look for other resources that might help.
Right.
Really used to study much before and take it beforehand, but
Right.
the Chem 11 showed me that I needed to fix that.
Right.
And I started doing more work outside of class.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's another thing. Like when being a Chem 11 a student, you're relatively new.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid to ask questions. You learn later that it's important to ask questions. It's better to understand the material. So,
Right.
Take advantage of the material, definitely.
Definitely.
Because like I said, I didn't really study beforehand. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, he has videos, but I'm lazy. I don't want to watch it. I kind of learned after the first test that's not the way to go.
Right.
And after that, I used it to my full advantage and it helped a lot.
Good.
Repetition. Do it as many times as you can.
Yeah. And both in terms of watching the videos and doing the problem.
It's all for you in the end. You kind of have to. The professor's not going to get mad at you for not doing your work.
Right.
You're going to get the grade that you deserve. So kind of just, if anything, it should give you more motivation to go ask questions because it is only for you.
Yeah, pretty much what Praveen said. If you want to learn the material, and you're stuck on a concept, there is no other thing to do but ask the question. And I had a previous professor. He would always tell me that no question is a stupid question. So, no matter how easy or simple it might seem to you, just remember that it's not a stupid question.
Right.
The subject isn't easy.
Yes.
It's a very dense and hard topic, but it's not impossible, and anybody can do it. So,
Yeah, if we can do it, you can do it.
yeah.
All right.